Hey students, I promised you a video, so here's a video. I wanted to talk and dive a little bit deeper into websites and social media for you guys. And really where I want to start is on the website piece. So, I still have a couple of clients, and what I always tell them, and they're both in the medical industry, what I always tell them is your website's critically important. You've got to have information on that website that people are looking for if they want to come and do business with you. And both of them are medical. So in their cases, it's about products, it's about services, it's about what they offer. But it's also about the ability to book online real time or be able to reach out and talk to someone. Because as we know, everything's at our fingertips anymore, right? So websites are critically important because if they don't have the right content, they're not going to be appealing to the customer. But in addition to that, because we live in a world with technology and phones, they also have to be mobile friendly. That's a big thing. And there are a lot of older business owners that have older websites that don't realize they're not even ranking on search engines. So a lot of times this is part of the process of making sure that you're appealing to the right audience. The other thing is you have to think about different demographics, and you guys are learning that. And the week 7 discussion posts were fantastic for you guys really understanding how you have to appeal with different mediums based on demographics. So our younger generations, we know they're all digital. They could care less about newspapers and the radio and TV. And now with Hulu and Netflix and all these different ways that you can stream, cable's even struggling. So back to the websites. So search engine optimization becomes really important in order for you to be able to find a website. So having content refreshed often on a website with several keywords helps it rank on things like Google in different search engines. Social media. This is the one I want to focus on the most. This is really, really important. So for my clients, social media, there's a couple different things. So because they range in the demographics of who they reach, we're on multiple. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat. Snapchat, it just depends. If you really have that young generation, we're going to reach them there. But it's really mostly for my two clients, Facebook and Instagram are the two big ones. So you have your ad promotion pushes, that's advertising. On the PR perspective, reviews. They're so critically important. Reviews are huge. And what I always try to tell them is sometimes you're going to get a negative review. People just, sometimes they won't tell you to your face that they're upset with their service that you provided, but they will go on social media or a review website like TripAdvisor or some of these other ones, and they'll leave a negative review. So what are your options as the business owner? Because it's never fun to see a negative review. You respond. That's the option. You never don't want to respond. You want to respond. Sometimes it's, well, I didn't like my service. I don't like how I feel, or this doctor was blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you have to be careful about how you respond. The response is important and being timely. So you need to have someone in your office that's in charge of monitoring social media. The other thing is if you get good reviews, you want to respond to those as well. And you want to encourage customers to do reviews because it does help a business. We're savvy as consumers. We read reviews. We look at those things before we do business with somebody, just the way that it is. Whether it's a restaurant or you're going on vacation somewhere or you're looking for a new doctor's office or whatever it is, or you're looking to go to a college. You want to know what the reviews are, and that's important. So those things have to be monitored. The other thing too is content. If you're going to have a social media page as a business or organization, load the content. You have to be on there. So how much should you load? It really depends. It honestly does. But you also have to think about posts that are going to resonate with the population you're trying to reach to engage them. Because as you guys posted last week in your discussion post, you'll just scroll right past stuff if it's not of interest to you. So that's what you really have to think about. Video is critical. We talk about that a lot in the text, but also just in life. We know that video captures not only the picture, but the sound. So you have to think about how you can really connect with people. So that's really what I wanted to share with you. And the reviews thing is critical. It's huge. And that's PR because that's protecting the business's brand and image. So when you're thinking about some of the PR aspects of social media, that's a big deal. And on the website, also having an area where customers can go and do reviews might take them out to another area. I'll give you an example. For my 2 medical clients, Rate MDs, which is like being able to rate doctors, kind of like Rate My Professor for students, but Rate MDs. There's a couple of other websites like Health Grades. That's another one. So have to have a profile there, and then they can go and do reviews there. And those come up when you search for a doctor's name or a doctor's office name. They come up in Google. So it's important that there's a presence there. And if there's something negative, that you've addressed it as an organization. How do you address it? Dear so-and-so, I'm really sorry you didn't have the best experience with us. We hope that we can contact you and make that experience better. What does that show? That shows you as the business saying, I don't like that this person is upset. I've reached out and offered to make it right. Other consumers see that you cared and that you responded. It happens. So the other thing is you get good reviews and the old one kind of gets buried. You can't make a person take it down. That's the other thing. If you reach out to the person directly or you post and they choose to take the bad review down, great, but you can't take it down. And that's tough sometimes as a business owner. You want that to go away. But negative reviews are normal. And unfortunately, that's hard to get across to a client sometimes. You just want to outweigh the good reviews with the bad reviews. You want those to kind of not be as many bad, lots more good. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about how this topic this week, these chapters actually relate to the real world. The key is you always have to be watching. You always have to be paying attention because you just never know what someone's posting about your business, and not paying attention could cost you money. That's the bottom line.